Download the BCSN Plus app today. Sidekicks on Sports Nightly is presented by Frogtown Johnny's, Toledo's #1 sports bar and grill since 1992.
Coach Francis Stevens joining us in studio. Thank you for taking the time, Coach.
Absolutely. I put a suit coat on for only
it's
for
about
you
time.
today.
You saw last week, I got all spiffy, so he thought he had to replicate it as well. I like that. I like
there we
that.
go, right?
Lots of great soccer on both the boys and girls side. Let's start with the girls. Who's your team of the week?
The team of the week this week is going to be the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats, and what a story that was last week down there in Wood County. A big, big win, 2-1 win for them over the defending Cardinal Division champions. And the biggest part about this is their head coach, Erica Kemple, is on maternity leave. So that tells you the trust that she has in her staff and those players believing in that staff to get that big of a win. They're going to be a big-time threat in the Cardinal Division.
They're dominant.
Absolutely.
Who's your girls' player of the week?
Oh, boy. Into the chat, Mira Zimke from Sylvania Northfield.
Yes,
You're going to hear this name for a very, very long time. She's just a freshman, and I tell you what, so dynamic, really came on the scene and announced herself in that first game against Sylvania Southview, a hat trick against them, and has really done the job for that team that really struggled last year to get some goals. But again, 8 goals, 4 assists, 20 points. She actually leads the NLL Buckeye Division in goals this year.
Boys side, who's your team of the week?
Well, he's got to go back over to Silica Drive over there with Sylvania Northview and Chris Black's group. You can't say any more about them. Going up US 23 up in near the Ann Arbor area and knocking off Saline 2-1 on their home field. Saline last year was a Division I state semifinalist with some pieces returning. That is a big, big step for this Northview team, especially changing system. You're starting to get more players involved. Javi Hale starting to score goals. They had a big win last night down at Findlay, and that's going to be the big piece. But they got a big, big test coming up on Saturday, and Cleveland taking on the #1 ranked team in the state of Ohio, but also the #2 ranked team in the country, the St. Nations Wildcats. So Wildcats versus Wildcats in Cleveland.
Who's your player of the week?
Oh, boy.
Give
Kyle,
it to me,
we talked about it last week, man. Kyle Mortensen. Boy, what a night. He is just torching dudes right now, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. 4 goals last night, 1 assist in that 7-0 win down at Bowling Green, and he's got 19 goals in 7 games.
Say it again.
19 goals in 7 games, man. And we got game 8 tomorrow against Napoleon. He's been unbelievable. He's been a big, big piece of the team. He scored 11 goals last year in that position. He gives Coach Sloan a lot of flexibility because now you have to worry about his son Aiden scoring goals or Pappas or guys like that. Kyle Moore's become that big piece for them, and that's going to be the biggest piece for them moving forward.
Game of the week, Anthony Wayne and Perrysburg. It's a huge NLL Buckeye Division tilt when you consider all the tiebreakers. What moves you about the matchup?
These 2 games last year were really, really good games, and I think what it came down to is Brian Billings is so good at his game plan of just being able to defend. We know Perrysburg likes to be on the ball. They like to take up a lot of the ball. But the biggest challenge about this, can you stop Anthony Wayne on those long throw-ins, those set pieces? That's what they're built. That's what their identity is, and that's where they've been so strong. I think this game kind of favors Anthony Wayne, but when you give a Perrysburg team this kind of width over at Sylvania South, that feels 75 yards wide. So when you get a team that likes to be on the ball a whole lot, this can cause some problems for a team that doesn't do well against teams that got possession and they got width and they got guys who can run on the outsides.
Let's get to your top 10. Let's start on the girls' side. Perrysburg and Anthony Wayne, 1 and 2. But just beyond that, what is standing out to you this week about our Toledo area team?
Well, I think the biggest thing about it is, 1, 3 and 4 kind of stayed the same. Obviously, you have St. Ursula and Sylvania Northfield. Now, they do have a draw. The good part about it is they're both Division II. Might see each other in the districts. The class of the area has got to be Perrysburg and Anthony Wayne, which we're going to see that on Monday night down at Steinecker Stadium.
That will be a fun one. As for the boys' side, Springfield rises up into your #1 spot in your top 10. But also, for the first time ever in D3, it is ranked at #1 in the division by Max Preps. What more can you say about the Blue Devils?
They deserve this #1 ranking. I really like this Springfield team. They got a lot of athletes around the field. Young goalkeeping, but this is okay. They're getting their experience right now. Northview rises up a little bit. They were kind of down low a little bit, but they're trending up, man. I'm liking what Chris Black's doing over there. Perrysburg, they got to have that draw right now with Perrysburg, which that makes a big game for tomorrow night because you want to see what kind of distance you can create. They've got to go for a league title. Obviously, Anthony Wayne Southview kind of in that 5-6 area. St. John's Jesuit right there. They just, right now, there's been such a tough schedule for them. I think they'll turn it around when time matters. It's still really early in the year.
Coach Francis Stevens joining us. Week 2 of Sidekicks.
Yes, sir.
Every week throughout the soccer season. We're going to be having fun on Wednesdays here in studio. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.